watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on DC News Now. I'm Haley Milan. Let's take a live look outside. 7 a.m. is your time on this game day. It is Sunday. It is week 1. And see those lights right in the middle of your screen through the fog and the mist there? That is Northwest Stadium, shining bright, getting ready to welcome a few thousand of their closest friends and fans of the Commanders, and presumably some travelers from New York for week 1. The Commanders taking on the Giants at home. Thank you so much for joining us on DC News Now. We've got Brittany Ward on deck, and I'm just calling it your game day forecast.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
It's going to be a good one. I mean, for the first, or I should say for the start of tailgating, not going to be so great out there, but as we head into kickoff, we're going to be tracking those dry conditions. Rainfall totals over the last 24 hours. We desperately needed the rain across the entire DMV. It looks like most of the area has seen about an inch, and again, this is radar estimated over the last 24 hours. So this was definitely a welcoming sight. We're taking a look at radar right now, still showing you we are holding on to some light drizzles closer to the district. Further south, though, it looks like we are holding on to some moderate to heavy downpours out towards Charles County, even portions of Virginia. You guys are starting to see some moderate to heavy downpours out towards Bowling Green. Now zooming it into the district and the Beltway, we're seeing that light sprinkle at this hour. So looks like Silver Spring, Rockville, even most of DC, you guys are holding on to that light sprinkle. And then as we head into Charles County, that's when we're starting to see some of that moderate to heavy downpours, especially as you head closer to Mechanicsville. And as we head through the rest of the morning, we're going to be tracking those morning showers. But again, we start to dry things out just in enough time for kickoff. So keep it here. We'll have a full breakdown of this forecast, Haley, up next.
Thank you, Brittany. And new this morning, Montgomery County Police are investigating a shooting in Rockville. This happened last night on Twin Brook Parkway. Police say one person was hurt. They've been rushed to the hospital for treatment, and they're expected to be okay. And 2 teenagers were hurt after a stabbing in Northeast yesterday afternoon. Police say it happened on Harewood Road around 3:15. 2 boys were found suffering from stab wounds. They were taken to the hospital for treatment. No word yet on any arrests in the case or any suspects. DC fire officials say no one was hurt after this incident. Check this out. This was not a barbecue. It was a fire to a food truck in Northwest yesterday. They say it happened on 14th Street and Constitution Avenue around 3:40 p.m. Big tourist area. There, flames could be seen coming from the truck's exhaust system. Crews were able to put it out, but the cause of the fire, they're still looking into that. And 2 17-year-olds have been charged with the murder of a congressional intern back in June. The suspects made their first appearance in court yesterday, and they're being charged as adults. Our Dave Laval was there in the Superior Court of D.C., and he has what we learned.
Attorneys for Jalen Lucas and Kelvin Thomas Jr. argued for the release of their clients during Saturday's hearing. However, the judge ordered the 2 17-year-olds held without bail. Both suspects are charged in the death of 21-year-old Eric Tarpinian Jackum. 4 bullets struck him at 7th and M Streets Northwest June 30th. He died the next day.
It's immoral. It is unacceptable.
Strong words Friday from U.S. Attorney for D.C. Janine Pirro. She charged the 2 teens as adults with first-degree murder.
These juveniles have prior violent juvenile records in the family court. D.C. Council thinks that these kids need to be protected. They don't need to be protected. They need to be made accountable.
D.C. police said the gunman did not target Tarpinian Jackum. They fired 79 rounds with multiple weapons at 2 people on a bike. Bullets wounded one of them and a woman who walked nearby. Investigators are also looking for this man, a third suspect, 18-year-old Naquan Antonio Lucas, brother of Jalen Lucas. Tarpinian Jackum interned for Kansas Congressman Ron Estes while a student at the University of Massachusetts. His mother told us in August the family will never get over his loss.
My son's gone. Nothing will bring him back.
D.C. Police, the FBI, and the U.S. Marshals Service are offering a combined $50,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of anyone involved in this murder. At D.C. Superior Court in Northwest, Dave Laval, D.C. News Now.
Dave, thank you for that reporting. We'll stay on top of that case. And players from the Washington Mystics and the Wizards joined community members at the Berry Farm Recreation Center on Saturday afternoon for a ribbon-cutting ceremony as they unveiled 2 newly refurbished outdoor basketball courts. This marks the 3rd location and 6th total court completed through the Monumental Sports and Entertainment Beyond the Baseline initiative. The event also featured a free community festival. Nice face paint there. And in Maryland, Tacoma Park is holding its Folk Festival at Tacoma Park Middle School. It's one of the oldest recurring folk festivals in Maryland, celebrating the arts in the community and beyond. It starts at 10:30, just a couple hours to go. It's free to the public. And business community in Maryland is celebrating a family-run restoration company which earned national honors for its successful growth. Our Stephen Cohen has more.
Started as a family business here in Maryland almost a half-century ago. Today it is the outstanding franchisee in its field among more than 2,000 affiliates. Entrepreneur Magazine added ServPro to its Hall of Fame for their work as a home and business restoration company when emergency disasters like a fire or flood to a home or business demand professional expertise. George Gutierrez took the helm a dozen years ago.
Teamwork is it's one of our core values here, and it really takes the whole team to make this machine run.
ServPro has expanded with franchise operations coast to coast. Ask Michelle Gutierrez, whose father founded the business, about the company's secret to success.
The family aspect of our company. We've always had all of our employees, I would say, are family.
Employees like Costa Rican native Alex Chavera, often a customer's first point of contact after the destruction from a disaster. His challenges and rewards?
Rip their beautiful hardwood floors that they put all this money into and take it all out and do all the destruction in their house. So it's fulfilling to be able to do that for people.
What helped this business earn such distinction? Ask construction manager Hunter Pitts.
It's a family affair, it really is. I mean, it's like the family away from home.
Looking back on the business he started decades ago, but from which he has now stepped away, Eric Thompson says,
it's probably the proudest moment I've had, even though right now I'm not a part of it, but it's in my blood.
And this Maryland family business has expanded well beyond its roots throughout the DMV. Reporting from Frederick, Stephen Cohen, DC News Now.
Thank you, Stephen. Well, we have some wealthy new Americans. Finally, some winners for the Powerball. Players in Missouri and Texas are set to split the $1.8 billion jackpot. The prize is the 2nd largest in U.S. lottery jackpot in history. The last drawing with a jackpot winner was May 31st.
Man.
It got up there.
It got up there,
Brittany.
Yeah.
What's the first thing you're buying if you win that amount? I think the take home for each now is like 400 million-ish.
Yeah. You know, I could do a lot with 400 million.
Okay.
I think the first thing I would do, I would probably be responsible, maybe think about paying off some of my student loan debt. But you know, I just don't know. What would you do?
I would stick it in an interest-bearing account with my favorite charities and tell no. Making myself sound like a great person.
I would say you're
I'd take you on
responsible.
vacation, girlfriend. I would take you on vacation and we'd have a great time, and then
we
I'd
would be
figure
on
the
an
rest out.
island somewhere.
Yeah,
in
that's
the Caribbean.
Right. You just wouldn't see us on the news.
Thailand. Yeah. So obviously, you know, we didn't win.
We're here.
So
we're here, but you know what? The weather's not too bad, and we got football, baby. It's back.
It is back. NFL football is back in the DMV. The Commanders kick off with the New York Giants today at 1 p.m. And I'm telling you, the forecast will be in our favor. If you are going to be out early this morning, though, maybe tailgating, you want to have the poncho on hand. We are tracking those few light showers, some patchy fog as well, but those clouds will be sticking around. By this afternoon, we'll start to see a break in the clouds, more of a mixture of sun and clouds expected this afternoon. And then tonight, we're going to be holding on to Dry conditions across the region with mostly clear skies and those cooler temperatures, as overnight lows once again expected to dip down into the 40s and 50s. So keep it here. We'll have a full breakdown of that forecast, hailing what to expect heading into the work week coming up.